In case you're just joining us, this is Good Morning Abuja on NT Channel 5, the Unity Station, where we want to discuss gender roles. I'm sure you're wondering what that is. Don't worry, we have a guest in the house, and the person of Rita Izzy. She is the founder of Davita's Women and Children Foundation, and also she's also an author. Please join me as I welcome her. Rita, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So how are you? You know we're talking about women.
Yeah.
So how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Now, when we talk about gender roles, I don't know what the gender roles. So what is it all about for a lay person?
Okay. When we hear the word gender roles, the first thing that comes to our mind is gender, and this thing about masculinity and femininity comes to our mind. So, but gender role personally, I refer to gender role as ascribed roles because these are responsibilities and duties assigned to people according to their sexuality.
Okay.
So yeah, this means your sexuality plays a very crucial role in the administration of the kind of stuffs you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how has this roles evolved over time?
Over time, I would say there's been a positive shift because, from the barbaric time to now the era of civilization,
Okay.
we can say for sure it has evolved, although we still have certain limitations to
Okay.
gender roles, yes. Because let me use the ladies for example. There's this stereotype in women. Women are limited to certain things just because of their gender. So I'm not an advocate of inequality. I think I am an advocate of gender equality as well.
Okay.
So I would say women are not where they're supposed to be. They are not where they are supposed to be, and that's as a result of the society we live in today. So I think although we have evolved, but I still feel there's still more. There's still more
More to be done.
to be done exactly for the women because we are not where we are supposed to be, especially in Africa.
I know that in trying to break free
Yeah.
from some, especially when we're talking about traditional,
Yes, exactly.
roles that
Mhm.
are ascribed to women, or there are certain things that are assumed that women should not go into. So,
Exactly.
in trying to break free from these roles, I think a lot of women face challenges. For you, what do you think are some of these challenges?
Some of the challenges women face. Okay, personally, I would say in the society we live in today, right, the average woman is expected to be a wife, nurture her children,
Okay.
cater for them, and just be domestical. In fact, you hear people say stuff like women education ends in the kitchen. So, in other words, everything that happens in a woman's life should just be about nurturing, taking care of children, you know, being respectful to her husband, all of those things. But I think women are intelligent beings. We are humans and we are also intelligent beings that need space to evolve.
Mm.
We need space, we need the support from every arms if possible.
Okay.
Because the limitations on this has caused more harm than good. Okay. There are certain offices a woman can't, enter into just because she is a woman. And sometimes you get to realize they're actually good in that field.
Mm.
But their sexuality is the only restraint to, getting into those places.
And,
So
and for me, I believe honestly, at this time now, with
yes,
what we're seeing women do, I
exactly.
think they are doing excellent.
Women are doing exploits.
Mm.
But the limitations now is the society.
Okay.
You see, the society has this mental expectation from a woman. So they think a woman shouldn't do certain things. That's why even till date, we talked about women has evolved to a certain level, but even till date, there are certain things a woman is not allowed to do. Why? Because they feel she's a woman, she can't do it. She's this, she can't.
Mm.
But women are intelligent beings. All we just need is that support, that space, that education,
opportunity.
that opportunity, and they'll explore.
Okay.
So, but the nature of the African society in particular has limited the circle of a woman to just, thinking of, okay, you see an average girl will just tell you, okay, I'm supposed to grow up. If she's opportunity to go to school, I go to school, graduate, grow up, and get married. So it looks like marriage is now just the last bus stop of a woman.
Yes.
When there are still more she can do. Women can become presidents. Women will do well as presidents. Women can become governors. They will do well as governors. But the society has limited us to a circle that's just about the family, the home, and that's a big problem for me. You see.
Let's look at the role of the media,
Okay.
the influence of the media,
Mhm.
the perceptions people have about. Do you think the media has been of help?
I think the media has been of help. Yes, it has been of help because the media has helped a lot of women air out their feelings. Yes, it has helped a lot of women tell the world how they feel. And you see, from the media, we've been able to see that some women are actually articulate and they shouldn't just end up in the kitchen like, that proverb thing.
Yeah.
So the media has helped. For me, I would say the media has helped, although there are still restraints. There are still certain things that needs to be worked on, even in the media, but to a large extent, I think it has helped women voice out. Yeah.
Okay. Let's let's talk about the traditional role.
Okay.
This is in this part of the world. Okay,
Mhm.
this charity begins at home.
Charity
Let's
begins
look at
at home. Yes. Sure.
I know there are certain things that, or certain, should I say, topics that when women lend their voice to it, they say she's too loud. She's not supposed to, you
Yes.
say, she's too forward. She's supposed to be a woman.
Exactly.
I always believe that. So that's traditional barrier. Do you think we have done well from, this jet age? Do you think it's fading off or is it still pulling us back?
You see, okay, one thing about women is women are emotional beings. So whenever they try to air out their, quarter in a situation, they tend to be very, how do I put it, very, very dramatic sometimes about it. And it's natural because that was how a woman was created and they're emotional as well. So in this case, you see a woman come out in her fullness to talk about the situation, especially when it doesn't sit well. So women are not scared to air out their feelings about something. If it's not going well, a woman will not mind to come and tell, okay, this is not going well. I think we should do it this way. And if it's not going that way, she will come for you. So, but the men in most cases will try to be calm about it, not want to react, and that's why sometimes things go south. A woman will not let that happen because she would make sure she comes out in her full force to tackle that matter in any means or any way possible for her. So I think women just need the support, all the support they can get from the government, from family, from the society, because most of those things are limited to society expectation, like I said earlier. So, and this has limited the growth of women in our society today. So, I just think all they need is that support, that opportunity.
Okay, are you of the school of thought that means that women don't love themselves or that women don't support themselves?
No,
I hear a lot of people say that women don't love so.
I don't think so. Personally, I'm one of the followers of women supporting women. I support women. Okay,
I support women.
I support women, and I support women a lot because if I don't love women, you wouldn't expect me to have a foundation that focuses on women and children. Okay, so I am an advocate of women supporting women.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, that's it. So I have to support
All right,
women.
we'll go on a break. Okay, we'll be discussing gender roles. We'll be right back after this break. So please sit tight so that you can hear more from her. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Yes, gender roles and women. The roles that are organized, given to women, both traditionally, both the ones they decide to take up by themselves. That's what we're talking about. And Rita is still in the house. So let's continue. Now, we're talking about women.
Yes.
Not supporting women. Is it is common in politics?
I don't know.
Because a female politician came here and said she found out that most people that didn't vote for her were women. And she said, despite the fact that she mobilized women and they development, and she was saying it with pain. So I wonder where they got that,
Notion from. So how was she sure that the people who voted for her were
honestly. That's
that's where we have to start from. How was she sure? People can just come up with different assumptions. I'm of the school of thought that before I believe whatever you say, I have to see the proof. Okay, yes, because
So
even
you're not doubting Thomas.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
You
You have to prove beyond all reasonable doubts that this thing happened.
For me, I believe women love ourselves.
We love
And
ourselves,
we do a
sure.
lot of things to ourselves.
Yeah.
So let's look at the role of society.
Mm.
You talked briefly on society not but let's highlight where the society needs to come in, and even family.
Mm-hmm.
Family too has a big
It
role
has a
to
role
play
to
in
play.
this
Yeah, exactly.
role. So let's look at that.
Okay, I think the family has, how do I put it, a very crucial role to play in this thing about gender roles. Like I said earlier, we have, okay, in our traditional society, for example, the average family advises their girl child to focus on being a wife material. Yes, I think we get that a lot.
Yeah.
So in the house, and you do certain things, and they're like, "Is this what you do in your husband's house?" That statement alone has a way of limiting the mindset of the woman, because she now thinks her greatest achievement is, okay, I'm living my life to be a good wife to someone. It's not a crime to be a good wife. It's not a crime, but I think they should invest more in telling the child you can be, yes, you can be a governor tomorrow. So this thing you are doing, try to be charismatic about it, because tomorrow you might meet people. So not just saying it has to be for your husband. And I think this has affected our society to the point that even the guys now have this total superiority over women. They see a woman doing something and they're like, okay, if you like, don't act this, it won't work out well for you, just because they think.
Someone say, and she's a lady.
And she's a lady. That stereotype on women, it has done more harm than good. And literally, it irritates me. It irritates me. Whenever I hear people saying stuff like that, I just get irritated immediately, because I know what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
I know the capacity or the lengths to which I can go to achieve certain things. But if you keep telling me my life is dependent on being a married woman or dependent on my husband, then it will limit my focus. It will limit and that's not what I want. Okay? I'm grateful for the kind of family I came from. My dad is not that kind of person. He would always tell you can be whatever you want to be, not, and that thing actually helps me to a point where I don't see myself as that girl that just have to please or act in a certain kind of way to please the society or please the people around me or please a man. You understand? So my life rather is based on fulfilling my purpose.
Okay.
We all have purposes on earth. So I have this mindset of fulfilling purpose. And I know definitely I'm going to do it with or without anyone's support. Exactly. Yeah. So
We have women that once they get married, all their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, everything is ended. Even those that have, just like you said, that have, what would I call it, talent, or have something to offer society.
Yeah.
But because of marriage,
It dies down.
So what would you say?
Okay, I think that should be related to how do I put it? Do I say bad marriage? Because marriage is not meant to demote you. At least it's meant to like take you to another level. That's if you've actually been working on yourself. So for those who had aspirations and all of a sudden it dies, so do I say the husband is the cause? No. Marriage comes with responsibilities. When children start coming in, your focus begins to, they start dividing. And when you don't have the financial means to cater for your talent or, destiny, whatever, and to cater for the home again, it becomes this so ambiguous for you to the point where you are now confused on which one to do. And in most cases,
you choose.
Yes, you have to choose your family because you can't watch your child. So women, like I said, they're emotional beings, so they have to choose their family at this point. Okay, let me take care of the home. Maybe later I'll focus on this, but that later never comes.
Never comes. Never comes.
It never comes.
At times it comes too late.
At times it comes too late, and at that point you just see them regretting. That's why we have a lot of bitter women out there.
Especially in marriage.
Especially in marriage, and they tell you marriage was my biggest limitation. How is it your biggest limitation? Is it that you got married to a bad person, or you got married to someone who wasn't supportive?
Is it that you were not ready to pursue your goal?
Exactly. So if you really have this determination to pursue your goals, I don't think anything should be a limitation. Because even your partner would not be. Instead, your partner should be supportive. So if you get yourself involved with someone who isn't supportive or believes in your vision, I think that's where the problem comes from. That's where the problem starts. And that needs to be worked on. Yeah.
I want us to talk about support systems for women,
Okay.
platform for women. Okay, let's let me say coming from the government. What would you say? You know, how do you think that the government can support women?
I think the government needs to start supporting women in different ways. I think one of which should be public enlightenment.
Okay.
Yes, public enlightenment, women empowerment.
Mm.
You know, it is very, very important. You know, a lot of women out there wants to do certain things, but they don't have the opportunity to. And most of the time, the problem is they don't even have the means to. So if the means can be provided, I think all of these women will do exploit. So the government can come in by first enlightening the public, and secondly empowering the women. Yeah. If they can't do it themselves, they can partner with NGOs. Okay, partner with NGOs who are, into just like my NGO directors, Women and Children Empowerment Foundation. Partner with NGOs like this, and we would help in our little way to make sure all of this goes round. Yeah.
All right. As we round up, just 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to advise women who have allowed their traditional role, okay,
Yeah.
to stop, stop
Yeah.
their goals, their
Their
plans
life.
for life. So just 1 minute, what would you say to them?
Okay, I'll just say, first of all, I want you to understand that you can work on your private life and also on your goals. It doesn't have to be a limitation. If you are ready to, put the work, it comes with a lot of work, I won't lie. But the thing is, learn to put the place of family and also the place of your goals. So you don't just end up empty. Because if you don't do that now, I think tomorrow may be too late.
Yeah.
So please just start working on it and trust me, God will help you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you. Yes. Don't allow, you're indirectly telling them, don't allow tomorrow to be too late. Whatever you need to do now,
Do it now
do it
because
quick.
there's no time.
Yes,
There's no
thank
time.
you so much. We'll be speaking with Rita Eze. She is the founder of Directors Women and Children Foundation and also an author. I'll be talking about gender roles. So she has said it, don't allow your traditional role as a woman or as a mother to stop you for being that person that God has destined for you to be. The program is still Good Morning Abuja. I'll be right back after this break.